Hi, everybody. My name is Maggie from Musaholic Magazines, and I'm here with Nilah.
Hello, is this thing on?
Hi.
Hello, hello? Is this
Hello.
thing on? You guys?
Hi.
Is it me? No, I'm just playing.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. I'm a little tired. I mean, I got my coffee ready just in case things have to go down, but I'm doing good.
All right. So, can you give me a brief description of who you are as an artist?
Ooh, oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that question. No, I'm just playing. Yes, I was. Um, Nilah Janae, yes, that is I. How can I describe myself? Okay, so I'm somebody who is very much about structure. I'm also one person who is very much in tune with whatever sounds good in my head, I let flow out of my body. So I'm very much like a go with the flow type of person. I believe that my style or my artistry is defined mainly by how I produce my music. Um, when you hear it, you typically hear elements of pretty much everything, from EDM, R&B, neo soul, pop, trap, etc., etc. Um, the best way to describe my sound truly would be that I'm a chameleon. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Okay, that's great. So you like mix things up. You kind of just like go with
Mhm.
feels right. That's great.
Right.
So, what made you decide you wanted to start getting into music?
Oh wow, let's go back down memory lane. So back when I was around, I would say maybe between ages 7 and 8, there was a show called Class of 3000, and they had this little game called Funk Box, and I think it's still available somewhere on the internet, but like Flash is no longer existing. Rest in peace to Flash. Adobe Flash, you miss you, girl. Um, but basically they had this like game where you could loop stuff together, and with that you can create a song. So like from the like even before like I started playing with this game, I've always been like very interested in music. My mom would like put on CDs like while I'm in the car, and I would just be like sitting there quiet, bopping my head along. But back to the game story, it was from that point on that I knew that I was interested in music. And around like a late age 11, yeah, I was 11. My best friend's brother introduced me to this uh software called FL Studio, which is very popular even still to this day. And I learned how to make beats on that. And I'm like, I really enjoyed this process. So I think when I was like around 11, that's when I really knew like, ooh, I could probably do something with this.
Mhm.
And here I am. Almost 10 actually no, it's been 10 years. A little over 10 years, yeah.
Great. So, what do you bring to the scene? Like, what do you feel like people should look out for you for? Like, what do you bring to the music scene?
I mean, as I previously stated, uh I bring a lot of, I guess you could say, diversity in terms of my sound. I bring a lot of dynamics. I also bring in the old school with the new school because, I mean, obviously, we kind of all grew up around the same time period where it was kind of like you had like the early, 2000s sound, and then it kind of like went into like a pop rock, and then it evolved. It kept evolving. It was a consistent evolvement. So think of my music as you're traveling down memory lane, but you're still in the present, and
Ooh.
that you really won't hear a sound like mine. It's very unique to me.
Oh, that's great. What do you do outside of music?
I'm currently a student at USF. I'm a graphic design student, so when I'm not doing anything music related, I am doodling on a drawing tablet consistently for hours upon hours. I mean, at least as of current. I also am working with like student organizations on campus. I'm very involved in the student community now. Like, I want to like make sure that not only am I impacting, people with my music, but I also want to impact people like in the world. So,
That's great. What made you want to get into graphic design? You know,
Um, I knew that music was not going to technically pay the bills, so and it's a very muddy, crowded industry. So I was like, okay, I need to pick something that I'm actually passionate about that I can do. Because I was gonna originally be a computer science major or computer engineering, like originally STEM. I was like, yeah, I can't do a 9 to 5, like with that stuff, I can't do it. So then, like, kind of like when I was a senior in high school, I kind of decided, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for graphic design. And ever since then, I've been hooked. It's not easy, but it's definitely a process that I thoroughly enjoy.
it's great. Oh my gosh. Good for you, honestly.
Thank
Uh,
you.
how has music influenced your life?
Um, Not to be that girl, but music has quite literally been my crutch. Like, for as long as I remember, music has gotten me through almost anything. I feel like music for me has some type of like healing element to it because like there's no way in the world like I possibly would be doing anything without it. Um, it's everything to me.
Mhm.
Partially the bane of my existence, I fear.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of the music creating process?
Everything. I mean, it gets a little tough sometimes because, you're trying to get these ideas out and how can I put this? Because technically I'm not formally trained. I am mostly a self-taught producer. I've learned things about like musical notes and everything and keys and stuff like that, but like I didn't really get to learn that until recently. Like I really didn't like start applying those practices, but I feel like for me it's just having fun with it. Everything about it is fun. It could be a little intimidating, but I think everything has some fun element to it.
So, what inspires your creativity when it comes to music? Like, how do you get more creative and inspired when you do your music?
Hmm. Oh, you kind of got me there. Because it's like, I can give you a variety of answers, but what I will say is just like, I think living life and viewing other experiences from an outsider, like a outsider's point of view. Because, for instance, I'm currently working on this song, and it's about like experiences that people have had, positive and negative, with love and or romance, family stuff, personal stuff, interpersonal stuff. And I just think that life is crazy. I'll just put it that way. Life is crazy. Life can inspire a lot of things. Like there's no shortage of what there can be in terms of inspiration, I fear.
Yeah. What inspired you while creating your upcoming album?
Okay, so the concept of On My Mind didn't really get a title until like 2021. No, late 2020, early 2021. Because I've been working on this album technically since 2017. It is now 2022. And the concept of this album didn't really come together until I was like, okay, this stuff is describing stuff that's on my mind, hence the album title On My Mind. And yeah, that's all I can say because if I talk too much, I'm gonna give away the whole album. I gotta keep my words very tiny. Okay.
Speaking of like inspiration and like stuff, who is like your dream
Mhm.
who is your dream artist to collaborate with, and like what artists like inspire you and your music?
Okay, let me answer the inspiration part because I can't say just one singular person for the collab because that's just not fair. But in terms of people who I'm serious, but in terms of people who do inspire me, I would say excuse me, I would say definitely Tinashe. I mean, I've been a fan of Tinashe for years. I'm I've always been a fan of her artistry ever since I was like a teenager. Like she's been like, you know how you hear stuff that's in your life And it's
Mhm.
like you didn't recognize it was that person until you were like, oh snap, that's them. It's kind of like that effect with her. I also would say Doja Cat, of course. I like Thames. I like Beyonce, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. Certain K-pop artists like Taemin, for example. I really enjoy his music. I feel like the people who I just listed definitely have inspired me significantly in terms of my style. I would also say Aaliyah and Missy Elliott. We have to give Missy Elliott her props. I typically go for or am inspired by people who are mostly self-made or they can be basically multifaceted. But as for who I would collaborate with, definitely Tinashe, because I have had an opportunity to speak with her recently,
Oh,
and it was absolutely like it was magical. I loved it. I felt like I was just talking to a long lost friend. So it was really cool. And she let me plug my music too, so
oh my god. That's,
yeah.
what is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten? Like,
Um, Musically?
yeah.
Oh, oh God. I remember I was in this Twitter space one day and I forgot who said it exactly, but it was basically a bunch of men in a space with talking about like production, the industry. Like these people are like in the industry, like they know the ins and outs. And they were like basically you have something that is very special and you cannot let anybody stop you. Don't create problems along the way that haven't happened yet. That's the best advice I've ever gotten, like hands down.
Nice. What accomplishment
hmm
do you see yourself achieving in the next 10 years?
Um, Hopefully like 5 or 6 Grammys. I know the competition is tough out here, so I would try to like shoot for a median number, like six. 6 Grammys, maybe get out a couple more projects. I definitely want to start my own record label eventually because I mean, yes, I am an artist, but I'm also a producer, and I know when I see talent, I know talent. Like, so I want to be able to cater to them too. I definitely want to get signed, hopefully by the end of this year or next year. Um, I just want to do everything that I can while I have the opportunity to do so.
Is there any like specific record labels or like people like you want to like work for?
I definitely want to be under either Republic, Columbia, or RCA, especially RCA because they have a lot of like new talent that actually is like popping right now. Not saying that any of the other labels don't, but like RCA, they have like Lotto, they have Doja Cat, they have Normani. I think they have Tinashe as well. So it's like I feel like I would be very much at home with RCA.
Yeah. So when can we expect your debut album to come out?
I mean, Side A is currently out right now. Stream it on my mind, Side A, on all platforms, period. But as for Side B, I can't give a confirmed date yet, but it will be here very soon. I'm just trying to make sure I massage a few things out. I mean, I'm just gonna drop a major Easter egg here. There will be a interpolation, not a sample, but an interpolation of a very classic R&B song from the 90s. And I just got that approved, so all I need to do is just get that mold over with my team and then yeah, I mean that could be the single or not. I mean, we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. It was really great talking to you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say shout out to Musaholic Mag. Y'all lit. Y'all lit. Shout out to Nolan. We love you.
We're
Purr. Purr. You
good.
can't see my finger heart, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank
Thank y'all.
you. I had a great time.